What is going on, all your angry faces? I'm Real Madrid 01, and welcome to Battlefield 4. Now, I thought I'm gonna get a schedule going. So every other episode that I do, I'll do one of my playthrough that I'm doing, which is currently Uncharted 3, but it might be something else later on, and then I'll do a completely random game later on. And I thought, why not just do like a show you guys what I think the best setups are for each class. So, first of all, we're going to go to the Assault class. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still getting slightly... because I haven't played this game in a while, so... Okay, so, there we go, customise. So, for my primary weapon, for my AN-94, I put the 3.4 optic on my sight because this gun's quite good for mid to close range combat. And then we've got tactical light, so it only aims when you aim. So, say if you're playing night operations, it won't give your position away. And then also, the suppressor's quite good for this gun, purely because of mid-range. You can take someone out mid-range, and if there's two people there, they won't even know that you're there personally. And then under grip, because it gives you better accuracy. Because this gun has quite a lot of kickback, and then I just thought this Karen looked quite cool on it. And then for the assault, the secondary, I thought we'd put on the 93R, purely because it's automatic, and when you're in an assault, when you're in a combat situation, it would be quite useful because then you're getting bullets out fast. I didn't put a sight on it because there's not really much point in a sight because there's loads of kickback on this gun, so you're not really going to do much more with a sight than you would do without a sight. And then the laser light combo, because you can get accuracy, and with the both, and again with the night operations or in any dark places, you can just turn on the laser or turn on the light. I kept the light. I don't have any of them, but I thought it's fine as it is, so I just left it. Okay, and then for the gadgets, I've got the defibrillator and the medic bag. Well, for this, I was going all out medic. So I thought defibrillator and medic bag, because once you've defibrillated them and they've come back to life, you can give them medic bag, and then they can heal quicker. For the grenade, I did the M67 purely because you can throw it into anywhere and it will flush any enemies that are sitting in there out. I know they're only for aesthetic reasons, but I thought the boot one would be quite cool. Like for a real life combat situation, considering that if you want to get your knife out, you're gonna need to get it out quick, so you can get it out your boot. And then, of course, because I've got the medic bag and the defibrillator, I've used the combat medic, which gives me another medic bag. It charges up my defibrillators 100% faster, and then if someone gets into a vehicle while I'm in the same vehicle, it will slowly heal them. So yeah, that is my assault class. So next we've got the engineer class, and for this I chose the good old M4 burst rifle with the hollow sight. I chose the M4 for engineer because it's quite a handy gun. If you need to get it out quickly, you can just shoot multiple times, and if you need to get out in any situations, this is quite a good gun to use. The hollow sight, because this one's more for close range. This one's more for close range engagements, so that's why I only put a one-time sight. I put the laser sight on purely because it helps with the accuracy, because this gun has quite a low accuracy rate, so I just put that on there. And the heavy barrel just does the same thing. It helps with the accuracy of the gun purely because it's got quite poor accuracy. For the underbarrel, I put stubby grip on because it helps with the stability of the gun. So I thought, and it's quite unstable, this gun as well, so I thought that would help with it as well. For my secondary, I put on the Deagle with the Delta optic, and I chose the Deagle because quite often it's a 2-shot kill, even with the suppressor. Like, the suppressor doesn't make a difference to it, and laser sight for accuracy, obviously, and yes, the suppressor, you can take someone out in 2 shots and nobody would know where you are. And then Blue Tiger, because it takes over the whole paint, I thought it looked quite good with the Blue Tiger. And for my first gadget, I chose the RPG, quite contrasting my 2 gadgets. RPG for taking down the tanks, the opposing tanks. As long as you've got decent aim, then this is a decent weapon to use against tanks. And then for gadget 2, for your friendly tanks, you can use the repair tool, and you can damage enemy tanks if you just, or enemy vehicles for that matter, with the repair tool. For my grenade, I used the incendiary because this pushes any enemies out of any building that there is, and then the tank can take out any guys that run out of enemies that run out of there. And then also for the aesthetic, I thought neck, because you're going to be using a lot of upper body strength with the guns and the RPG, so I thought neck would be quite a handy one, because you can just, from your RPG, you can get your knife straight out. And then, of course, because I think, just like me, when you're a soldier, you hate tanks, so that's why I put on the anti-tank field upgrade, which gives me 6 AT mines, 8 anti-tank ammo to 7, and then I get 6 C4s or RPGs, and then the 15% decrease with explosive damage, which is quite handy in some situations. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my engineer class. Next, we have the support class, and I thought the QBB 95-1 is one of the most, is probably the second best LMG in the game, because the only other LMG that is better than this gun is, in my opinion, the RPK, and I haven't unlocked that yet, so I would have that. I would have that RPK 12. Sorry, I would have that, except I haven't unlocked it yet, so I put that in there. And then for the different things, I put HD 33, because this is going to be once again a close range, close quarters combat weapon. So, and then I just put the one-time sight on it, just so, because the iron sights in this game I think are terrible. And then I didn't put an accessory on it, 1 because I didn't have any, and 2 because I don't think it really needs any. And then suppressor, once again, just like the AN94, purely because it's going to be in close quarters, and you don't want, and if you want to help it, then you don't want to be spotted, so you're going to be using the suppressor to try and take out any guys without being heard. And then I used the bipod because it can almost be like a close quarters sniper. You can just sit there and almost mount it onto like a ledge or something and just shoot it, kind of like the mounted guns or the AA guns in games in maps like Gold Mud Railway. And then I just put the Crimson Woodland. For the secondary, I put the M412 Rex because it's quite a handy little weapon if you need to get it out quickly. And I put the Delta sight on it because this doesn't have much kickback when you're shooting. When you're shooting rapid fire, it has quite a bit of kickback, but not when you haven't got any. But when you're not shooting rapid fire, when you're just aiming, it's a really good gun. Laser sight, because it hasn't got very good. It's got decent accuracy, but I think the laser sight helps with it. The barrel, there wasn't really any barrel that makes any difference to it, so I thought I'd leave that. And then, yeah, that is my M412 Rex. For Gadget 1, I used the Ballistic Shield, which of course you have to unlock. If you've been playing recently, then you'll know that Battleship Ballistic Shield as it has to be in a DLC. But uh, they've been releasing DLCs free recently because of the release of Battlefield 1. So, yeah, this ballistic shield, and it will take the same. It will have your battle log emblem on it if you've got one, and it will also have the same. It will have the same camo as your primary weapon. So in this case, it's Crimson Woodlands. And then my second gadget is the C4. Of course, I think that's everybody's favourite for taking out tanks or just clearing out a room in general. And then support, Flashbang. Well, Flashbang was quite the obvious choice for support because of if you're supporting, because of the name of the class support, you're supporting the other players in your team, and Flashbang will help support the other players in your team. I chose the survival because it's quite a. You're not going to be using it much, but you can use it when you have to. And then field upgrade, I chose Shadow because I chose Shadow because I chose Shadow because it helps with the suppressor. So I chose Shadow because the suppressor helps with the combat and it's a lot quieter. So yeah, that's my support class. And then finally, for my recon class, I chose the M98B with the Hunter 20 times range optic. Because 40 times ballistic in medium range combat isn't that good, so I thought 20 times was enough, and we didn't need a 40 times. And then for the accessory, I'd probably change it, but there's not really much else you can use with the. There's not really a accessory that you can use with the sniper, so I just put on the laser sight because it helps with the aiming. And for the barrel, I thought the suppressor's not really needed because you're going to be sniping and you're going to be quite far away from the enemy anyway. And then for the auxiliary, I chose the straight pull because then you don't have to zoom out every time you take a shot. You can just pull the trigger and then straight pull it, and then you can get back to shooting again. And then for my secondary, I chose the Shorty 12 gouge because I thought you're either going to be in very low. If someone found you and they're coming up to you, then you can get this out, and this will be you sorted in a couple of shots. So and the Delta, it's quite helpful because it's a shotgun and it has the 12 gouge hasn't got a very good iron sight, so I thought the Delta would probably be the best one for it. And then because it's a shotgun, I thought laser sight, it helps a bit with the hip fire and the stability and the accuracy of it. So I put that on. There's not really don't you whatever you do, if you're using a shotgun, don't ever put duckbill on it because you might think that it's gonna like get a couple of headshots on like 2-on-1 or something. But it's very rare that that's gonna happen. So I wouldn't do that if I were you. But I didn't put one on because there wasn't really much point. And then Dot Urban, I just think look quite good on this shotgun. And then for my recon, I put on a C4 explosive, so you can set any things on the world around you, and then you can also keep yourself guard in case someone comes up behind you, and then radio beacon. So any sniper buddies that you want, you can just put a radio beacon down and they can spawn back on you. For the grenade, I put hand flare because you can use it as a signal for your friends. You can use it as a signal for your friends to come over to you. Although I would say you might want to be careful because you could get attract an enemy's attention. So I chose the knife tactical because the tactical knife you might not be using it quite a lot if you're taking out snipers on the perimeters as well. So I thought the tactical knife would be quite good. And then, of course, for the field upgrade, I chose sniper because look, you can hold your breath, you can keep your aim steady for 100% longer. You can decrease the amount of suppression of 50%. So when the screen goes slightly darker, that's suppression. And then it reduces the time you're spotted by 2 seconds. So if you get spotted by someone, and then... Oh no, and then if if you're spotting someone, it takes 2 seconds less. And then advanced spot, if it increases the time your target's spotted. So if you get spotted, then it takes 45% longer. And I just chose the Spetsnaz jungle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.